right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on the air broadcasting. It's the third heat of the final. We're winnowing down the Sweet 16 to the final 8. It's really hard to see anybody not go past this round, but it's
gonna happen.
So it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna be exciting and fun. We've got 2 new judges, it looks like. Let's have them introduce themselves. Let's start with Sinu. Could you take another 30 seconds and introduce yourselves to people who are watching?
Okay, hope we're on air time. So actually, Akhil and I are sitting here together. Akhil is an MD and a partner at Artimon Ventures, who is a general fund based in Palo Alto, California. And myself, I'm an entrepreneur in residence at Artimon, and I had done a company in the networking space before, which was acquired by Alcatel-Lucent. Now I am about to start another one.
All right.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And Alan.
Hello, all. Can you hear me? Let me just do a sound check here first.
Thank you for doing that. We do have a little bit of an echo, Alan, and let me see if I can track it down.
All right.
Okay. Talk to me again.
Yeah, testing 1, 2. It's Alan McCarthy. I think I'm
Perfect.
at, this must be the epicenter here, sitting here in Mountain View, California.
Right.
So if I'm good, pleasure to meet everyone. Glad to be here. I have spent most of my career as a consultant, and I've worked with early stage to middle stage, late stage companies in terms of scaling. And I would plant the thought with you that idea generation is certainly critical in one aspect of it, but idea mobilization is the other. And if you don't have the two together, you really don't have a viable business. I just have my second book out, if you can see this, called Beyond Genius, Innovation, and Luck, The Rocket Science of Building High Performance Organizations. So I'm kind of one of those guys that hammers away, looks like I'm in Hollywood now here, hammers away on helping organizations gain traction in the market. So I have worked with about 50 pre-IPO organizations, and I have great respect for innovators, and I'm delighted to be here sitting in and sharing some thoughts.
Wonderful. And we're glad that you were able to join us,
Yeah.
even from where you are in obviously Japan from your background. Will you please, as long as you're in Japan, will you please ask our Japanese correspondent who's supposed to go first in this contest today?
They're
Ken.
checking.
Ken.
Ken.
All right.
Hit it,
Ken.
Ken. Nice to see you again.
Ken.
My
And you are-
furrows.
Let's see.
He's
We
sleeping.
have
Okay. Good.
Crowd Salesforce, I believe.
No. Nope.
Or Sales Contest.
Contest.com.
Sales Contest.
Ken, do me a favor and let's do the video cycling. That usually works. Go to the gear in the upper right of the screen. Click it. Go to camera and audio settings and change your settings to avatar. And click OK. So go to audio video settings. Click avatar. Yep. Okay. Now go to the gear again. Oh, there you are. You got it. Okay. Now can you move a little bit? Okay, you're on avatar. Now go back to the gear and click on camera. And that should sort of jumpstart the whole thing. I see your lips moving. But I don't hear anything. There we go.
I'm frustrated because it was working fine before.
Yeah. It looks like it's working, but it's very.
Use avatar.
Use avatar, and then yes, and click OK, which you did. Now go back to the gear. Do the same thing, only now use camera. And those of you watching at home now, I'll cycle your video. Perfect. Okay, we got you. And you are beautiful. And take a deep breath. Smoke them if you got them. And when you start
Ken,
talking,
we can see you fine from here.
Are we ready to go?
Yes, hit it, Ken.
All right. Hi, everybody. The website is salescontest.com. We've been in business about 8 months. We're producing revenue, and it's very exciting because what we deliver is the core thing that every business needs, and that is sales revenue. And how we do this is in an American Idol of sales and marketing type contest. We've done it in LA, we've done it in San Diego, we've done it in Phoenix. Joe, ironically, we're coming to Grand Rapids and Lansing, Michigan. I get hundreds of resumes. We find the 16 best salespeople, and they compete with selling 5 different sponsoring companies' products. The companies get sales revenue, the contestants get job offers and make money, and the economy gets stimulated. Everybody wins. The second component of this is we found a way to do it online. So we actually can conduct this contest live around the country with the sponsors and contestants being in different parts of the country. And then the bonus is San Diego Cox Cable and Detroit, Michigan Comcast want to air this as an 8-episode television program. So that's an additional revenue stream. We're very excited. Every company needs sales. We have a waiting list. I need money because I can't get to these cities fast enough. That's it.
Wow, that sounds like a whole new pitch on a whole new company. It's so exciting. I don't even recognize. Why don't we start with
Joe, maybe?
Well, yeah, sure,
Or
Joe.
Mark. Yeah. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, I like this. I like that you're coming to Michigan too, even though it doesn't matter where you are if it's virtual. That's great.
Yep.
Hey, I do have some questions for you. How are you getting revenue other than through these broadcasts? And what are you asking for, and what are you willing to give for it?
The core revenue, even if there was no such thing as television, the core revenue is that the 5 sponsoring companies that get the sales pay between $4,000 and $11,000 to have their products sold. And we offer them a money-back guarantee on that revenue because we've done so well. The second revenue is thousands of hits to our website. We know that will increase, so we'll be able to sell advertising as well as some type of subscription service. What we're looking for is we just need about $65,000, and I'm willing to give somewhere around 15, 20% of the company for that, because we need more employees right now. The rest of it we can grow organically.
All right.
Okay. Great. And now let's have some questions from Mark.
Well, this is a lot more interesting than well, I shouldn't say more interesting, but more reality than the previous one that you presented.
I agree. That other one was back office.
Okay. What you're really talking about sounds to me like a reality web concept versus reality TV. Is it all web-based?
Well, currently we do the live contests without any filming, but
Okay.
the television programs will be on cable, and the production cost will be $98,000, but we bring in $215,000. But that's not our core revenue right now. If you go to the website, it explains everything.
Okay. Well, just one last question. What do you expect the revenues to be able to scale to if you had the 65,000?
We could launch the online contest where the contestants are virtual. We could launch 8 of those a month, and we can do 4 live contests a month also. It's just a matter of finding other judges to clone myself and hiring a recruiter to bring in all the contestants and do the screening.
Oh, we're going to have to fit you for judges. If you find you got to send them over to us.
I'm looking at the people on the screen as possible judges.
Like that.
Who's
Well,
next with questions?
Let's hear from Alan.
Hey, thanks. Ken, I was also listening in when you did your earlier pitch on a different product. I'm curious, where do you go with this? Is this a lead product for something else that you evolve to over time, something you have in mind, and also sell what? You know, many businesses, what they're selling is very proprietary, and if you have a contest and somebody's selling their stuff, they're going to want to keep the person. So, I mean, how does all that fit together?
Great questions. there is no further direction of this. The core company is the salescontest.com. However, the other company you heard about, Crowd Salesforce, I started that because we were getting an overflow of companies that want sales revenue but may not be able to afford the $5,000 or $6,000 fee. That's another story. In terms of the contestants, here's another revenue stream. The sponsoring companies that pay a fee, they get to get a free look at seeing 16 people sell their products or solutions. If they make a job offer to any of those people, they pay a small recruiting fee, way less than the 15 or 20% that a normal headhunter would charge them. And I've got 25 years as a headhunter and recruiter.
It just, if I may, it just as a point of clarification, selling products is one thing. Selling solution sets, is a very esoteric and applicable to a given industry or company. And so are you targeting a market niche for this?
There will be some companies we can't do. For instance, if a company has a $100,000 enterprise software application, not all the contestants would succeed in that, and the learning curve and sales cycle would be too long. But we've had success with tangible products. We've had success with desktop applications, mobile applications, energy drinks, gifts, skincare products, all sorts of businesses.
We need to interrupt and get in some input from Sinu. What we need you to do is ask a quick question. We're already a little bit over our questioning time. Yeah. But actually, Sinu, before you do, I want to fire off a question to Alan Tarn. Are you there? Alan Tarn? Okay, we're gonna.
And Sinu.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got a wonderful judge overload. Actually,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have wished for judges, but evidently we've got famous Billy Mitchell, and we've got famous Alan.
Those are all judges. Okay.
So let's have Sinu give his input, and we'll proceed until we get instructions. Sinu, am I pronouncing your name right?
Yeah, it's fine. So,
right.
two quick questions. One, can you? I think we got the model that you are working through. Can you give like a case study or something that you have taken, a product or a service that you try to sell through this, how it actually works, and that means how did the money flow happen? And number two, what is your idea of a fully successful company here? I mean, how big can this be?
The answer to the first question is the sponsoring companies give training to the contestants, usually in a 1-hour presentation in a hotel room. But on the virtual contest, they would do that through a WebEx type device like this. And the contestants instigate all their strategies and cold calling and business development activities. And then the flow of money goes right to all the orders goes right to the sponsoring company. And during the contest, we're tracking what the salespeople say they sold with what the sponsoring company said they sold. And we've never had a problem with this. The second thing, scalability of personnel. There's some things that are very cookie cutter about it. As we grow, we would need more recruiters and more people on the back end tracking the orders and helping motivate and manage the contestants. But we figured out what that ratio is, so it's a very scalable model.
We're way over our questions time, so to keep it fair to other contestants, I just want to take a minute to recognize that we've got Billy Mitchell, a great investor and friend of ours, on the line. Billy, can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me? Billy, if you can hear me, I think I'm getting just a little bit of audio, but not enough to actually be able to hear you. So you're going to have to be a silent observer for a little while, but people just know that you are giving your pitch to a couple more potential judges we'll just call them commentators on this round. Billy Mitchell, and we did have Alan, but it looks he's dropped out. Okay.
Okay.
Moving ahead, let's go to
feedback
thank
and scoring. Let's get that from Alan.
This is Alan McCarthy. Ken, I feel your passion. I always think it's one of the success criteria. And I also feel that the idea is pretty progressive. I think a lot of companies get tripped up on how do they bring in talent and really know that they're getting something, worthwhile. So I don't think it's a huge investment. It's worth somebody coming in on this to come in behind you, and I'd give you probably a 4.5 on it.
4.5. Joe, can we hear from you?
Absolutely. Great idea. Very badly needed in the industry and open to a wide, actually open to the whole population. So with that in mind, I'll give it a 4.6, like the revenue that and the venture got.
Okay, thank you. And Mark, your score.
Mine, I'd give you a 4.2. I think you're making a classic mistake, though, which most entrepreneurs do. You're 65,000. I think you'd run out of funds very fast. I think you're underfunding yourself for 65,000.
Okay. Good.
Wow.
And
At
CNU.
CNU, you get a score from 0 to 5. Decimals are allowed, and you can also give a little bit of feedback. So go ahead. You'll have to unmute, though. CNU, are you available?
I do not see him.
Okay.
He has dropped off.
If you are talking to us, CNU, we are not hearing you. We're going to have to collect your feedback at a later time, and definitely we're going to have to get a score from you.
Yes.
So please do pop a score to our control.
Okay.
And so I have to say, thanks again for coming in, Ken. You're awesome. And you're really making a good impression on everybody, and we appreciate it. Next, we have Flare Code.
Flare Code, Ian.
How are you doing, Ian?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I am fine and not even breaking a sweat ever. If you want to go ahead and launch and talk, then I will start the timer when you begin.
Okay. Are there enough judges here now?
Well, let's see where we'd be lacking.
There's at least 3. So
Okay.
that'll do.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll just go ahead.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
Hi, my name is Ian Bowman Henderson, and I'm here to talk to you about my startup, Flare Code. Flare Code is a tool for creating new, super fast mobile websites, which are a whole order of magnitude faster than the existing way of making mobile websites because they don't require anyone to create or update content. We simply take content feeds that are already being published on Facebook, blogs, RSS, Twitter, YouTube, and generate new mobile websites that people can comment on with text and photos, and that update themselves automatically. So as a business-to-consumer solution, Flare Code lets businesses and even individuals achieve a mobile presence at a small fraction of the previous cost and without any development skills. And then using a QR code, we ensure that that content can be integrated into that offline moment of truth where their audience or customer base actually cares about the things they're publishing online. So instead of just tweeting off into the ether, a charity that, for instance, promotes clean water can actually integrate those tweets into the environment around water fountains. Or a realtor can actually integrate their videos and photos of their houses with the signs where people actually come by and look at those, potentially generating leads or donations right from the mobile phone. And as a business-to-business solution, we allow this super fast mobile website creation software to be available as a white label product and resold. We can allow large industry groups such as an advertising agency or a realty agency, some of whom we have partnerships with that we can talk about later, to actually resell our Flare Code websites at about 1,000 times markup. It's a huge profit margin for them, and we make our money for subscription revenue through that. So we've already worked with direct mail campaigns, newspapers, stations, museums, marketing firms, and lots of other things. Our company was officially founded last year. We have award-winning journalists working with some developers from NASA and some very high-quality developers here at the school. We keep our costs very low because we're located in Ohio. Currently, we've closed a pre-seed round of $275,000, of which we've spent about half. Professionally managed fund, and we're seeking $300,000 in angel funding to scale our customer base and roll out the rest of our products.
Oh, thank you, Ian.
All right.
Perfect.
Let's see. We've got.
Questions?
Did we get Sinu back?
And can
Yes.
Joshy's
Yes.
making,
Yes. Will you please mute your microphone or audio if you're paying attention?
Yeah.
Please mute VS's audio microphone.
It's making scratching noises.
Yeah. And let's see. We'll start our questions with Alan. Let's see. We started with Alan last time. Let's start with Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, very interesting product, and I'm wondering what differentiates you from the QR code, and what also will differentiate you from the other emerging technologies that are being developed.
Let's use QR codes as a part of our service. Anytime you make a Flare Code website, you're given a QR code that links to the site. But what generates us from the QR code is that we're a fully capable mobile website generation software as well as QR code generator. Now, on the website generation side, what differentiates us from competition there is the lack of need to produce original content, which takes a ton of time. So the scalability of producing sites is now on an order of one event or one location or one business, as opposed to a whole corporation just being able to afford one site. And then on top of that, all of our sites and accounts are networked together. So if you comment on one Flare code, you have an account that allows you to comment on all of them and allows people to see your comments across the whole site. It's kind of like a Reddit style deal, if you're familiar with that. Threaded comments that link back to an account with karma, so that the value of the network as a whole is enhanced as we add vendor partners and more individual sites.
Do you have patents or some way of protecting the technology?
We have a provisional patent on our RSS parsing software that's pretty advanced. We're basically like, if you look just at the software side of things, we're kind of like a TweetDeck that publishes everything publicly in HTML and takes way more kinds of feeds than TweetDeck, and we have a provisional patent on that software.
Okay, great. And let's hear from Mark.
Ian, very interesting. It sounds like somewhere between a developer's tool and end user's app. Is it on the mobile web? Is that customizable by the end user, or does it take a web developer?
It's all customizable by the end user using slides and like color selection, background selection. Those features are sold a la carte. So there's like a standard view of what the site looks like. And then for $1 or $2 more, you can add the ability to change your background. For a few more dollars than that, you can change the ability, you can edit the URL so it has your name in it. And that's on the business to consumer side. But then on the business to business side, all of our content is stored as pure HTML. So we can actually allow our white label users to write their own CSS that will completely reskin what a Flare code site looks like. So we have both, basically. We have something that requires no development skills, and then we have a total CSS editing version for a much higher amount of money. And that's on Ask Us basis.
And Alan McCarthy.
Yeah, young, cool guy, cool technology. Really bugged me, by the way, but good stuff. I'm curious. So you went through 275,000. You're looking for 300,000 more. Just two questions that branch off that. How are you going to spend that money? One, and two, clearly you're one of the brains behind this. Are there how many others are like you in the company, and do you need more Ians to scale this business?
Right. So the first question. We have not actually. I was getting an echo. Trying to fix that. Okay. So in answer to the first question, we have not spent all of that $275,000. We've spent about half of it. Part of what that went was going to South by Southwest this year, which is a big expense we wouldn't have to re-spend the money on. But as for that next ask, it would be basically, we've rolled out the core product, the CMS, and the actual website creation tool, and now we're just adding more a la carte features to it, like the ability to purchase things from phone. Basically, adding new revenue streams to the product is what the next round of funding is for. To do that, we don't need more Ians. Our current staff is myself and another journalism major from Ohio University, as well as a design student from OU and 2 graduate developers who have worked for NASA. We all work for Sweat Equity, and then so basically what we would be doing is using our development connection for recruiting pipeline to the school and getting more talented developers at $15 to $20 an hour before they get scooped up or asked to move to the coast. It's pretty effective at saving us a lot of money.
Great.
Cool. Well, I think that we're going to call this a three judge round, and we're going to move on to the scores.
To scoring. Can we hear from you, Jeff?
And feedback.
Yes. Outstanding concept. Good start. I really like your sweat equity, lean startup. Sounds like you're making wise use of your money. I'm going to give you a 4.7.
Thank you very much.
4.7. Excellent. Alan.
Yeah, I really like this. My concern is the gorillas on the periphery or the adjacencies, that when they see what you're up to, I mean, how quickly can they knock this off? But I think if you move quickly, worst case, you'll be a pure play and they'll snap you up. I'd certainly give you a 4.5 on it.
4.5. And Mark.
Lean, mean, and needed. 4.8.
4.8. You are stellar, Ian. Okay, thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you future.
This is gonna be a tough round, ladies and gentlemen. Oh
and
my
who
gosh.
are we moving to?
We're going to Trent Me next.
Trent Me.
I hate to see you step into a firefight like this, BS. But let's bring you in. I see you. Oh,
yeah.
man.
Okay, can you hear me? Hi, everybody. How are you?
We can hear you. You can start talking anytime.
Ready, set.
Ready? Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is VS Joshi. I'm the founder of TrintMe, and we help take friendships further. So allow me to tell you a personal story, a very sad story. You know, when I was in college, I was in the opposite sex, and I knew many friends who were girls, and I was interested in taking my friendship further with them. So I went ahead and I asked them, and it was a disaster. I was rejected left, right, and center. You know, rejection is not a problem for me. I'm used to rejection. That's not a problem. But what bothered me is my relationship with all these girls was nipped in the bud. It was interrupted. It was killed the moment I opened my mouth. So you open your mouth and it's a problem. And then at the same time, if you don't open your mouth, it is still a problem, right? You don't know what is going to happen, or you don't know what you have missing. And believe me, this is the problem we are trying to solve. There are hundreds and hundreds of Hollywood movies that have come on this theme. We launched a trial of this product in one of the colleges in Babson College, and we won a $40,000 award. We won the Big Idea Competition Award. And this is what we do. We integrate with Facebook. So the moment you come to this platform, you see all your Facebook friends. You select a friend and you select one of these intentions over here, right from lunch, dinner, romantic relationship, or a no strings attached relationship, whatever it is. And your partner, your friend comes on the platform, and if she selects even one of them as same, then we let you know about the matched intention. Unmatched intentions are never revealed. Now that's what we do. I have a great team. My background is in software product management. I have 2 technical co-founders. One is a front-end person, the other is a back-end person. They are both masters in computer science. And the way we make money is by giving you offers from our partners like lunch vendors, from restaurants, and and a lot of other vendors. And folks, our goal is very simple. Our goal is to help people take the next step without any fear of rejection, embarrassment, or spoiling their relationship. And at the same time, ensuring that there are no missed opportunities. And yes, Avi, thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Perfect. Oh boy, we do love VS around here. We're going to start the questions with Mark.
Very, very interesting. I think hit a nerve for a lot of people, which when shy and rejection is a human nature. Nobody wants to be rejected. So your business model is advertising, from what I see.
A couple of things actually. Advertising is just one of the four streams of revenue that we are thinking of. Advertising is one. Now, let's say, for example, you have a match. Now, that is a very highly monetizable moment. Okay, so we can ask for some tokens when you have a match. Number two. Number three is, as I mentioned to you, see, look at those intentions on my shirt over there, right from having a cup of coffee to lunch, dinner, and movies, and all these various things. So now let's say, for example, you have a match. We can give you offers from our various partners, and our partners will pay us money. And these are the regular things that you do on a day-to-day basis. You know what is going to happen is I'm going to treat my sister for a lunch. For the simple reason that I get a 50% off from a local lunch vendor. And that's the way, I mean, again, that is the way we can re-engage people. People can keep on coming because they're getting offers from partners and things like that. So that is another way. The third thing is we can license this platform to many various out, like let's say speed dating organization, let's say the various bars and things like that. Just imagine you go to a bar, you see some people over there, and you have certain intentions, and there is something that is going on in your head, but you don't express those intentions because you are afraid of rejection, afraid of embarrassment and things like that. Yes, our platform can help you in some way by taking your friendship further at a pace at which both of you are comfortable. You know, just because you set an intention on somebody, it doesn't mean that that person is bothered. Yes, if that person also sets the same intention for you, then and only then there is a match. So that's a very easy, very non-risk and a nice way of taking the friendship further.
Okay, and let's hear from Joe.
Okay, great concept. Really got to the heart, gets to the heart of people. Everybody can relate to it. The concern I have is around protection. How do you keep from 1,000 of these cropping up?
Thank you very much for asking that question. Yes, I have already filed for a patent for this thing, and I don't know whether in the consumer internet space whether patents are defensible or not. But yes, from my side, I have done the task. We went with Shepherd Mullins, and they have filed the patent for this particular thing right now.
Great. And Alan, do you have a question?
Yes, and actually, when I heard Joe starting to ask his question, I thought he had mine, but a little different spin is liability. How does this stop a stalker, let's say, from going after somebody? Because I guess they would use your platform to link with somebody that's on Facebook, wherever they are. In other words, if somebody is playing in this forum and they see them at a restaurant or something, they could come through your software to try to link with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay, I understand the question. There is no stalking per se, because the thing is, right now, let's say, for example, I'm in this particular space. I see many people around me. I can set various intentions for various people. I see one person with whom I really want to work, but I'm hesitant to ask about working with him or, hiring him or whatever it is. So again, I can set my intention. The thing is, nothing happens unless and until the other person also comes on the platform and selects the same intention. The whole idea is that if in case the other person doesn't feel the same, the other person doesn't even know that an intention was set on you. And that is that rejection thing that we are trying to avoid. But at the same time, if both people want the same thing, then it should happen. Then there should not be any barriers if both people want the same thing. So technically speaking, these two people are not speaking with each other per se. They are speaking to the platform. They are expressing their intentions for, yeah, sorry.
Got it. I appreciate it, and I know we're short on time. I'm just real curious too. You may have said this. Have you alpha betaed this? I mean, do you have some kind of a test group to see if this is working?
Yes. We launched it in Babson College. I'm an alum of Babson College, so we launched it in Babson College, and there is where we launched trial for 2 months. And Babson College is a very small school of 3,000 students. So out of those 3,000 students, 1,550 people came on this platform. There were more than 2,500 intentions, or we call them trends, that was set amongst friends, and there were more than 300 matches. And after this, there is where we won the Big Idea Competition Award. We won the $40,000 grant, and we are also in the finals of other competition, which is called as Babson Entrepreneurial Thought and Leadership Competition. So, yeah, so Babson College is the place which is our trial ground where we are trying to get a lot of feedback. We are working on the feedback that we are getting from students and things like that.
Okay, we have to move on to the next section.
All right, and we are ready for our feedback. And let's start with you, Mark.
I like the idea. I have some concerns, kind of similar to Alan's, but I think if it's structured right, you can get it. Did you say this can be integrated to Facebook or is part of that?
Yes,
Now?
yes.
Okay.
It is integrated with Facebook. Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay. So based on that, I give you a 4.0.
4.0.
thank you very much.
And going on to Joe.
Great concept. I am concerned about other people replicating or stealing the deal and getting ahead of you. I'll give it a 4.3 though. I think it's a great idea.
4.3, excellent. And Alan.
Yes, I also like the idea a lot, and love to hear more about it. And I think that you will mature this over time. I would give it about a 4.2. Thanks.
4.2.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
All right.
Thank you, VS. It's good to
Thank
see
you.
you.
Yep.
All right.
All right, and we've got one more contestant for this round. It looks like. Joe, are you there? Oh.
No.
No. Okay.
Joe.
Let's see. Maybe he might have been.
No, it's not Andrew. It's
Okay,
not
we might not
Cindy.
have another contestant.
I might be it.
Okay.
Hey,
Well-
hey, Joe and Mark, did you guys hear how much he wanted? Was he looking for money?
I didn't hear any number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I'm looking at my notes.
Okay.
No.
It sounded like he just had like $3,000 grant, so I assume it's going to be a low number he's after.
Okay, I was just told by Andrew that TalentWire had a medical emergency, so they can't make the heat.
Okay, I take it that they
Okay,
were
he's
for
a
this
doctor,
heat,
yeah.
so-
So.
Okay, so we're about done with this round then. Very
Thank you.
exciting. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and we'll be back. We'll restart broadcasting for the last heat. Thank you everybody for being involved in this, and we will see you on the other side. Judges, I expect that we're going to be asked to move our audio over to room B.